Hi everyone, my name is Kate Motaung from 5minutefriday.com, and today I'm here with Susie Finkbeiner. Hi Susie.
Hi, Kate. How are you?
I'm well, how are you doing?
Great, thanks.
Good, thanks for being here.
I'm so pleased. Thank you
Oh,
for having
I'm
me.
excited to chat. So for those who are listening, we are in the middle of a series of 12 interviews with various Christian writers going through topics from this book called Influence, Building a Platform that Elevates Jesus, Not Me. And today we're busy with chapter 9, which is called Serve. And I'm so looking forward to chatting with Susie about this topic because I know it's one that she is passionate about and that she demonstrates so well in her own online presence and platform building efforts. Susie, before we get started, could you tell listeners a bit about yourself and your work?
Sure. My name is Susie Finkbeiner, and first of all, I'm a wife and I'm a mom of three, and I live in West Michigan. And less important, I'm an author who writes Christian fiction. My new book comes out this June, and I'm so excited about it. It's called All Manner of Things. It's an exciting time for an author.
Well, I'm very excited for you too. I love the cover and everything that you've been sharing so far to give little teasers to us readers. So I'm looking forward to that very much. So Susie, oh, go ahead. Did you have something else that you want? Okay. In chapter 9 of the book Influence, we actually share a quote from you that starts with these words. You say, "I felt seriously gross about platform building until I changed how I looked at it." So I'd love to hear if you could start off by telling us how you used to view platform building and what actually felt gross about that.
Well, when I started taking my writing more seriously and wanting to make it my career, um, it was when a lot of authors were just joining social media, so Facebook and Twitter, and a lot of what I saw was really self-promotion-y, and a lot of what we were told is just keep on posting about yourself, keep on posting about your work, and get people to just see you as a product, really. And I felt gross about it because it felt very inauthentic. It felt that it felt like I was using my friends to get blog post hits or to kind of get my name out there. And one story I was thinking about the other day um, is that there was this thing where people would just post on random threads on Facebook. Oh, this is my blog post, read it. And it had nothing to do with the actual comments above it or anything. And it just it my soul could not do that. And I just, the few times that I did really talk myself up online, I felt really not right about it.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
understand that. I've been there too, definitely. And it's part of the reason that my co-author Shannon Popkin and I decided to address this topic. I'd love to hear from you. What caused your perspective about platform to shift from how you used to think about it?
Well, one thing that I was thinking about it, praying about it, talking to friends about it, friends who are writers and are trying to do this platform thing too. And and I remember thinking, if I could make this feel like I'm building relationships, I'll feel so much better about it because it's actually doing something kingdom worthy is to have relationships with other people. And then I started to think about how great it was that I could use Facebook and Twitter and later Instagram to to speak into the lives of people that I would have no way of reaching out to without those. And not so much about me, but about the world and the way God sees us and the way that he uses our creativity to minister to others. And I have made some really incredible friends that I never would have met otherwise.
Yeah.
And that feels good. It feels healthy and it feels productive. Um, not in a platform building way, but in a kingdom building way.
Yeah, that's a great description and really helpful. I hope those who are listening will also take that to heart if they are feeling gross about platform building, to see that it can be something different, that it really can be more about relationships. And I'm pretty sure that you and I first met online too, through the Breathe Christian Writers Conference.
Yep.
So I'm really thankful for that relationship and that we've been able to meet in person several times since then.
Me too.
Susie, what encouragement or advice could you offer to someone who still feels gross about platform building, who's still in that phase of, oh, I just hate this so much? What advice or encouragement would you offer to them?
One thing I would say is that so often when we think of platform building and social media marketing, we think, how can I get the readership or the other person, how can I get them to serve me? By buying my book, by going to my website, whatever. Instead, we need to reframe it completely. And every time that we post, we need to be thinking, how am I serving them? So if we write a really great book, or if we have a product that we think is really great, and we really put our heart and souls in it, the purpose of that is to serve. Whether it's in fiction that encourages someone to develop a sense of empathy, or we write nonfiction that encourages people and helps them to see the world in a different way. If we really believe in that product, we believe that it is serving someone else. And sometimes we serve in our posts when we're just silly because we're distracting from or getting our people's minds off of the crazy news cycle, or we post a Bible verse that speaks to our hearts, and we talk about that because we're not the only ones. So if instead we think of it as, how can I give them something? I have this talent that God gave me. How can I use it to serve? Then it just feels less yucky. It feels less like you're building this big old platform for just you to stand on. And instead, you're building a big old platform and welcoming them to join you on it.
That's beautiful. I love it. Thank you so much for sharing that. That's been so instrumental in my own writing life too, that I can often slip back into that, how can this serve me? And yet as soon as I am able to turn that around and say, how can I be serving others? It's so much better, and it feels so much better, and it's just all around a better way to be doing things, especially as Christians. So, thanks for sharing that. Susie, what unexpected benefits have you experienced as a writer as you have served people online? When you sought to be a blessing to other people, have there ever been a time when you benefited in a way that you didn't even expect?
You know, a few years ago, my sister's house burned down, and I posted about it, and I posted their GoFundMe link. And I can't tell you how many of those people that I met just through this relational platform building sent me encouraging emails. They sent checks for me to give to my sister. They one person actually gathered her church together, and they collected a bunch of gift cards for my sister, someone they never knew. For me, someone they've never met in person. But so, you know, it's not just me serving them, they're serving me, and they're loving my family. And it was so humbling, because then I realized this isn't just about selling books. This is about connection and not being alone in this world when things are rough. And then another time when a family member had a health crisis. And I just see that they're not just doing that for me, they're also doing it for each other. People who have met on my author page and become friends, and I see them pouring into each other's lives. So really, it's a community, and it's so often we're so isolated. And so if we can offer as authors a place where people can connect and find community, then that is just the thickest icing on the best cake ever.
Yeah, amen. That's amazing. I'm so glad that you've experienced that. And to me, that just is a testimony to the way that you've invested in other people as well, that they would turn around and want to do the same for you when they have opportunities. So
Thank you.
that being that example. And also, as you're talking about building that community and that sense of loneliness, I'm just going to share a plug for chapter 10 of this video series, which is an interview with Sean Smucker, where we're talking about that very topic of building relationships as well. So we're on chapter 9 here in this interview, and then you'll be able to tune in next time for chapter 10 and catch even more about that too.
I will say, I'm just going to piggyback on that. Sean is so good at that. So good at encouraging and just, he's great. Yeah.
I agree. So listeners can look forward to that as well. Susie, I know you have also been behind the scenes serving the Breathe Christian Writers community through social media, and I've benefited so much from the way that you have shared and really spearheaded that role. From your experience, both as an author and a member of the Breathe Planning Committee, what are some practical ways that you seek to serve other people through social media that others could also adopt or kind of follow your example if they think maybe, I don't even know what to post? I mean, you mentioned Bible verses and maybe something silly or funny to brighten someone's day. Any other tips for people who are looking to serve others online?
Oh, yeah. One way that we can serve each other is if for Breathe or for my own social media, or even for Fiction Readers Summit, which I also help with the social media for that. If I see a blog post that would serve the specific community well, I share it. That way, the people in my community get to be introduced to someone else. And then that other author, that other organization gets a whole new little crowd of readers. So it's kind of, it's a lot like bees cross-pollinating things. It's really good to do this. Another really great way is, and I do this a lot on my Instagram, is when I read a book, I take a picture of it and I talk about it. And people find books that they can love, and authors find new readers. And that way also, I can remember what books I've read because I'm getting to a certain age, and I go back and consult my Instagram to see what I've been reading. But just little ways that you can prop up others. My friend Rachel McMillan says she has a metric for it. Every time she posts about her own book, she makes sure that she posts a few times about someone else's book. That way, you're serving so many people, and you're keeping perspective that it's not all about you. It's about the community.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's great. And I can testify, I am one of those people who I literally have stood in the library with my phone, opened up Instagram, and looked for your feed to get ideas for my kids, especially. I love how much you read for your children as well, read aloud to them. And I have appreciated that because my kids love books and I can't keep up with finding good recommendations. So thank you, as someone who has stood in the library and looked through your Instagram feed and said, let's try this one. It's been a great help to me. So,
I'm so glad.
Yes, my kids have enjoyed your recommendations. So great. Susie, where can readers and listeners find you online and your work?
They can find me on susiefinkbeiner.com. Good luck spelling that name. They can find me on Instagram under the same name, author Susie Finkbeiner, on Facebook, and I think it's at Susie Finkbeiner at Twitter. And all of my books are available at Baker Book House, which is my very favorite place. They have a website you can order directly from. And while you're there, you can find Kate's book, and you can find Shannon's books, and you can find all kinds of great authors and great new reads there.
Excellent. Well, thank you. We love Baker Book House. I'm glad to again. We've mentioned the Breathe Writers Conference a couple times. For those listening, can you tell us a bit about Breathe and when that's coming up this year?
Breathe is Oh goodness, you're testing my memory. Breathe is in the middle of October this year. You can find out the specific dates on our website, breatheconference.com. It's in West Michigan every year. This year it's held at the Eberhart Center in Grand Rapids downtown. It's a beautiful facility. There's much more space at this place. Really great coffee shops nearby. And our keynote speaker is Gary Schmidt, who is perhaps my favorite living author. And I'm just so, I'm nerding out because I'm so excited that he'll be there. We always have fantastic breakout sessions. We are content rich. We have a great passion for educating people and not offering very much fluff. So if you want to learn about the writing world, you need to come to Breathe. You will learn so much. We're also very relationship heavy. We really encourage people to make friends and start writers groups, just to be encouraged and to be fed. So check us out at breatheconference.com. The price of the conference is so affordable. So save up your pennies and nickels and dimes and come hang out with us in October.
I hope those listening will take you up on that offer. I've benefited so much from Breathe. I believe this would be my 5th year, possibly, this coming October, I think. So,
and as a presenter.
I have presented it several times as well, yeah. So I'm really looking forward to another great year at Breathe. Susie, thank you so much. I really have enjoyed talking with you, and we'll be sure to share all of the links that you mentioned as well to your books and to your social media so people can find you. And for those listening, if you would like to catch up on other videos and interviews in this series, you can find those at 5minutefriday.com/influence series. Thanks for listening.